I just want to put this like caveat out there to fundamentalists. Like, when you already have 1 million kids, please don't adopt one that's high needs and then keep having kids. It's irresponsible. It's not fair to the kid that you're bringing into the house. When you bring in a child that's not from your house that has a lot of history, you need to dedicate your time, energy, and resources to that child, as hard as it is. But once you've made that commitment to that child, adding more chaos by adding more kids is only going to make the transition harder, especially if they have attachment issues. If you bring in new babies with a child that already has attachment issues, they're going to feel neglected and abandoned again.
Hi beautiful people, welcome back. Hope everybody is doing fantastic wherever you are in this world, and hope everybody is having a great start to the week. You guys, let me just address one thing before I get into anything else. I just want to address KJ stands, fans, whatever you want to call it. You know, you're most welcome in my comment section. No problem. Have at it. But when you come at me and I respond to you, please don't be surprised, because when you knock on my door, I am going to answer. Nobody intimidates me. Nobody scares me. Feel free, let it out, do whatever you need to do. But pay attention and watch this video in its entirety to really think about who you guys are supporting. And also, remember, and we've seen this when we were going through the whole lawsuit, which thank God, congratulations. Once again, Katie, you got off on jurisdiction without prejudice, but she will, absolutely will, throw anybody under the bus that does not benefit her. Just keep that in mind. My opinion. Please don't take what I say as fact. Feel free to do your own research, come to your own conclusions. Because this is just what I've observed about KJ, what I see through her videos, and this is what leads me to my opinions, okay? On Sunday, KJ had a live where she stated that she was contacted by one of her subscribers about a Facebook post where this woman was trying to rehome her son. And then late in the video, she quickly says, oh, she's so glad that she caught this just in time. So which is it? Did KJ find this post, or was she put onto this post by a friend, a subscriber, sorry. So she goes on and she says that her heart is irritated and she's so agitated by this post. So if KJ is such an advocate for kids, me personally, the first thing off the back, report this to Facebook and then contact the proper authorities. If you so feel that you're so agitated, your heart is hurting for this child. And also, bear in mind, KJ did not contact any of the sites. In my opinion, she didn't do any research. The research, in my opinion, that she did do was go and stalk their social media, watch their YouTube videos. And then she leaned on her own understanding about what is going on. And let's get into that. Bear in mind, like I said, in my opinion, KJ did not do any research. She just went off of what she saw on social media, on their social media, which, by the way, you guys, these people had to delete their social media. And can you blame them at this point? Because the hatred, the viciousness of KJ's fans or stans is on another level. In my opinion, that's exactly what happened. She was being bombarded. Her family was being bombarded. But KJ said that while telling the story, and like I said, she didn't contact the G family or the biological parents at this point of these kids, okay? She was leaning totally on her own understanding and going off of their YouTube video, okay? So she said the post was like an advertisement. And she said how the woman says she loves her child, but advertising him like a dog. Wow. Then she also states the fact that they are dog breeders and they don't even have a big enough house. They only have a few rooms. What? It's wild. It is absolutely wild. She said that this woman was actually using the adopted son to sell her MLM products, Plexus. And I'll actually insert that post that she made. I didn't see it that way. I truly didn't see it that way. I saw it as this woman explaining how this product helped her actually bring in the milk after giving birth. But that's just what I saw from it. Feel free, come to your own conclusions. Let me know what you think. And then she said that the post was basically, he was up for adoption to the highest bidder. And then she claims that the woman said that she was the adopted child's forever mom. Now that is so fucked up, because please, I'm going to put all the screenshots. I'm going to include all the screenshots. Please feel free to read this and let me know. I probably missed it. I apologize if I missed it. But this woman so badly wants this to be a situation like Micah Stauffer, because she in her video said this is the Micah Rodriguez. Let me move on. And then she moves on to the husband. Now, in the beginning of the video, she says that she doesn't have any screenshots and she hasn't posted a blog post or something of the sort, and YouTube won't allow it, but Instagram allows that. But you know why Instagram allows that? Because Instagram does not pay attention to people being doxxed. And that's exactly what KJ did, in my opinion. She put a screenshot of the husband, his name, where he works. I have a snapshot of it. I'm not going to share it. And what happened? What do you think happened? KJ took it down. KJ took it down. She had a problem with them doing a fundraiser. You know, when people do want to adopt and they don't have the money, okay? This family was asked to help out with the kid that was in need. And what did they do? Their faith. They trusted God, and she says in a post, all the signs led. She did not say God said adopt this child. That's how KJ, in my opinion, twists things to elevate her story. Okay? And then she goes on and she says that they didn't even have money to pay for this adoption. That's why they had the fundraiser, Katie. He works for a certain police department. He works as a chaplain, but he is literally trying to sell his kid. So, in the beginning of the video, she states that the adoption was legal. A judge signed off on it. But later on, down the road in her video, she states that these people took the back road, that this child is not in the system. So once again, conflicting stories. Which is it, Katie? Can you not make up your mind? And this truly infuriates me with Katie. Truly infuriates me. But everything what I said, take a look.
My Instagram is becoming like the better place for a lot of information because nothing has to be censored there. I don't have to redact things. Things are just like there. So what I'm going to talk about right now, all of the information is on my Instagram. It's like Micah Stauffer all over again. And it's making my heart irritated, and I'm really agitated by this. So Scarlett can share the chat link if you want to join the chat. And you can join by being a member if you want to chat. So earlier today, I got a message from one of my subscribers who was on Facebook. And they're like, Katie, I was just in this Facebook group, and there's this woman, and she's posting about her kid, and this is not okay. And she's like, it's like Micah Stauffer all over again. So I go to the woman's profile, whose name is Heather, and it's a mother who's adopted a child. And on this adoption, on this public platform, in a public post, mind you, it was publicly shared. And it was like an advertisement for some new family to adopt him. You can go to my Instagram to see what happened, but basically she was just like, I love my child, and I love him so much, and but part of being his mommy means that he's not really I'm not really his mommy. He's like God's mommy. God is his mommy. He's God's child, and as God's child, I need to protect him. So she has a Facebook page. She's got a YouTube channel. She's got
an Instagram account with like 4,000 or 5,000 people. She doesn't have a huge following, mind you, but she's trying really hard.
Like they do a TikTok, they've got a family, they're trying to do family vlogging. It's clear that they're trying to do some stuff on social media. They've got a name like the Gnifty crew. They're trying to like, be like the next Carissa Collins, that has like 1 million kids and is on Instagram with like 50,000 followers. It's like in the Fundy starting pack that you have a blog and then you start a YouTube channel and you give your 12 family name like a crew or the bunch or whatever. And eventually they all decide that they're going to just adopt the child. Now my guess is that because of the time limits in the state of Minnesota, they couldn't extend the 1 year of the power of attorney, so they probably had to adopt. They do a fundraiser. So they ended up getting publicity through the local paper in Eccles, Minnesota. And there's an article on what's called like the Independent. And it has this whole story about this Christian family that has a calling from God to adopt this little boy that needs help. And they just love him so much. And he calls them mommy and daddy. And they just can't wait for this little boy to be theirs. And the little boy and the dad have such a great relationship. And he really does great with all the kids. And they love him so much. And they do a fundraiser. They do all these different things on they have an email address where they can send donations. They do multiple fundraisers. They do multiple garage sales. So first of all, they can't even afford an attorney for the adoption because they don't have enough money. They have a small house. I don't even know they don't even have a large house. They only have a couple bedrooms. She sells plexus. So she is in a multi-level marketing company. And she's using the kid's adoption as a selling point for her to recruit people. As hard as it is, she loves him and she's so glad to be his forever mommy. Lily made a post and it was basically for sale, 10-year-old boy. And these types of things happen all the time on Facebook, and I just happened to catch this one.
And you guys, the husband is a chaplain. He's a chaplain for the police department. So he literally is a chaplain for the police department.
The husband is a pastor and a chaplain. How is this a good situation for them? And yes, he works for the police department, and he's literally trying to sell his kid on Facebook. But because they took the back road, that kid missed out.
So you guys, before we get into the update video, which Katie did do an update video about, there's always two sides to a story, okay? I have no idea what led these people to do what they did. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to judge, or I'm not going to give my input what they should do, what they shouldn't do, because I have no idea what is going on. Secondly, when KJ was tipped off about the story, what did you really think went through KJ's mind? This is my opinion. Once KJ heard about this, first of all, she saw her views going up. She saw dollar signs. I'm sorry, I'm telling it like it is, in my opinion, okay? She felt that this is a Micah Stauffer situation. So what did she do? She hopped on it. She was on it in a heartbeat. Which at the end of the day, I need this question answered. For all the times that this woman went on and said they literally were trying to sell their kid, she even made it known, and you heard her saying, he works at a police department, he's a chaplain, and he's literally trying to sell his kid. How is that not defaming these people? In her update video, Katie does a lot of backtracking. Let's move on to her update video. And I'm going to play a few clips, and I want you to pay attention to her verbiage. And it's no more she's advertising him like a dog or selling him to the highest bidder. Pay attention to how she laughs sarcastically at the fact they deleted their social media.
This is just going to be a quick update because I did the video last night and I was not sure what to do, and we have a little bit of a resolution. So I wanted to jump on here and just talk through what happened and everything. So I shared a bunch of information last night about how there was a mother that was on Facebook, and she was basically posting for a home for a kid, and there was some concern about the channels in which she was going in, and there was all kinds of stuff that was coming out in all these different directions. And what happened was they deleted the post, they deleted the blog, they deleted their social media.
So you tell me, I'm sure by now a lot of people know how vicious KJ stands are. They are brutal, okay? But they are off the charts, okay? So can you blame this family for deleting their social media. Can you imagine what those people were going through? Because as she was going, people were trying to contact these people. So I truly don't blame them for deleting their social media. If they were trying to hide, I don't know. But these people have kids to think about, their safety to think about. The next morning, the people were reaching out to her. The mother of the children reached out to her. The aunt reached out to her. And she managed to nudge them into contacting the proper authorities. And then, let's be clear about one thing, Katie. You have no idea what the G family's mindset was. So you alluded to the fact that they circumvented these channels because they didn't want attention or to be looked at, afraid of what they might face. That's what you alluded to. So how fucking condescending is this? You know, she truly wants, in my opinion, if you watch this video in its entirety, she really wants these people held accountable. She doesn't know the ins and outs. Maybe now she knows it because after speaking to only, let me back that up. She may only know one side of the story because she spoke to the biological mother and the biological aunt, okay? But she has no idea what's the mindset of the G family. The same family that she said literally was advertising the kid like a dog on Facebook. That said, the dad that works for the police department and that is a chaplain at the police department was literally trying to sell his kid. Let's not forget that.
The biological parent, the mother, the aunt, and the sister all reached out to me. And I realized that with these kinds of situations, there are always like so many different sides to every single story. And I am not here to share any of the information they provided to me because the reality is that what's happening is really bad and the circumstances are horrible. And what I've learned in the last 24 hours is that there are a lot of people that would rather circumvent the proper channels and go about things their own way, not ensuring what happens will be in the best interest of any of the other people, any of the other parties involved. It's like not using the proper channels for their own selfish reasons because they don't want to have any prying eyes in their lives.
As Katie is going to state in this clip, the issue here is people using social media to rehome kids. I say BS to that. The issue, in my opinion, for Katie is that these people are fundamentalist.
It's like in the Fundy starting pack that you have a blog and then you start a YouTube channel and you give your 12 family name like a crew or the bunch or whatever. I'm not a counselor, nope, and I'm certainly not an expert. What I am is I don't want kids to be spending a lot of time in situations like this and using Facebook to promote, their needs.
Damn right, Katie. You're no counselor. So why are you not going after these groups if you're so invested in doing what's right for these kids? Why aren't you now going after these groups? Why seek out these particular people? Because they're fundamentalist? This clip that I'm going to show you, totally was like, what the fuck? Because, let me just play this clip for you.
I told them to contact the proper channels. And there was a social worker that was like in the comments talking about like not bypassing the proper channels, trying to get through to these people to stop fighting about what was going on.
So you guys, Katie is reporting on what was advised by a social worker that was in the comment section. Really? This is like, wow. Absolutely wow. And do you not see? Please go, give it the views. Just go and see because this is priceless. Totally priceless. Compare her video that she made on Sunday, talking about this whole incident, to this update where she is backpedaling like you can't walk forward. It is amazing, absolutely amazing. Long story short, in my opinion, when KJ found out about this, KJ hopped on it for number one. KJ hates the fundamentalist, in my opinion, okay? Anybody that follows what the Duggars are doing or whatever, KJ was on it. KJ, as I said, in her eyes, she saw dollar signs, she saw views, she felt like she was gonna be the I'm sorry. But this is also what irritates the shit out of me, honestly. So this person gave Katie 50 Norwegian krone and says, thank you for putting in the hard work for this child. Are you guys delusional? You guys are truly delusional. What hard work did Katie put in? By going to sleuth in other people's social media, by going to watch a YouTube video of the adoption story that was less than 6 minutes. In my opinion, Katie put this whole family and this child more in harm's way by bringing the attention that she brought in the way she brought it. Okay? If Katie knows, and as she says, Facebook is full of these groups where they have the child and the amount. Did you see this woman, Mrs. G, put a figure of what she wants for this child? Katie Joy leaned on her own understandings, you people, and you will go through hell and high water. She claims to be an advocate for kids. She put this kid in harm's way. She had no idea what the whole purpose was. In my opinion, Katie doesn't give a shit about the next kid or about anything. All KJ worries about is the clicks, the views, the money, the subscriber count, in my opinion. Because if she was that concerned, she would have done the right thing. Reported to Facebook, contacted the relevant or the appropriate people to cover this. But no, first thing Katie does, go on her live, because she felt she had an opportunity here. KJ, in her own video, tells people how she didn't want to be a mother.
Being child-free is like, God, I wanted to be child-free, to be honest. I'm a mom. I didn't want to be a mom. I am a mom. And I know that sounds horrible to say that, but I didn't want to get pregnant. I didn't want to have kids.
That was just brought to my attention last week. Just last week. I never went prior to this. I did not go back to KJ's old videos because I don't feel it's fair to judge a person on their past. But clearly, KJ has not changed. In my opinion, KJ is the same person that's after a title. In my opinion. She went and she had an interview with Proxy Productions, and they asked her, you know, because we all know our son is autistic, and the guy that actually helped or got rid of Gypsy Blanchard's mom, he was autistic. So they posed a question to Katie and asked her, do you think your son is capable of harming another person? And you guys, her response was, he can absolutely be manipulated into harming somebody else. Which mother does that? Which mother has absolute zero faith, in my opinion, towards their own child? When this kid grows up and sees all this, how his mom has no faith in him and says these things about him, how do you expect him to feel? Which parent in their sane mind does things like this? Why does she focus on his disabilities and not focus on his abilities. It's not the end of the world. Let's not forget, Katie actually, when she was going through this lawsuit and she was having a bad time, she came on her channel and she cried and she cried and she cried because she was at a point where she felt like all this money she's using for legal fees is supposed to go for her son. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. There's so many clips of Katie on the internet, and people always question her parenting. I can tell you something. I would never come on here and downplay any of my kids or speak negatively about any of my kids. Those kids are my world. They're my pride and joy. What goes through Katie's mind? And if anybody wants to come and tell me that Katie is all about kids, about the kids' well-being, save it. Absolutely save it. Now, the Duggars. Katie says that she's all about them knowing that they have a choice. What they're going through, what they go through is absolutely wrong. How many people in the fundamentalist world has Katie truly helped to escape this world? Because every video, you guys, every video about the Duggars is only negative. She's always critical of the young girls' parenting, their marriages, what they do on a daily basis. And then last week, Friday, was it last week Friday? She was having a grand old time on Instagram, making a complete mockery of their teachings, of their tradition, of their beliefs about when a man and a woman gets married. Why, Katie? What the fuck are you getting out of this? What? You sat there and you mocked every bit of it. You actually had pie in your face when you yourself, as a 42-year-old woman, said you cannot get a UTI from doing the dirty. Really? Katie, you are something else. You are truly something else. And this is even more weird to me, you guys. Even more weird. While she's on this live, okay? She's on this live. And she felt it's a good idea to put it out there. How she's never ever heard of women changing their underwear twice a day. She said she might change her underwear if she messes it. And that she only showers once a day. And blames it all on the Minnesota cold. This woman is nasty.
Most women change their underwear twice per day. I've never heard of that. I don't think that's accurate. I generally change mine once per day. Like if I have an accident, maybe. Like if I have my period and I suddenly get blood on my underwear, I might change them. But I don't take 2 showers a day. Again, I wash my face twice a day. I wash my face in the morning and night.
First of all, I'll never be able to look at KJ the same way again. I would not. You guys, I shower a minimum of 3 times a day. 3 o'clock in the morning when I get up. First thing off the back I do. But 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm having my second shower. But 6 o'clock in the evening, I'm going to have a bath. How, in what world do you think it's okay to divulge this information, Katie? You know, it used to irritate the shit out of me when KJ is on live and she yawns and she never puts her hand by her mouth, or she's biting the cuticles on her fingers until they bleed and she's sucking the blood, or she burps. It's like, Does this woman have any manners? Well, clearly the hygiene is not there. This is absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. So much is going through my mind right now, you guys. I can't even. So you tell me, how has KJ helped anybody in this Fundy world? In my opinion, it just gives her content to make fun because she's got people that's enabling her, that's agreeing with her. These people, in my eyes, are human beings. That's their beliefs. If KJ is so invested in doing what's right and helping these people, why is she not going through the proper channels to do something about it? And like I say, you guys, this is just my opinion. You know, who am I? I'm a nobody, okay? But I didn't need to know her nasty, nasty hygiene habits. I truly didn't need to know that. And that bit about her being so negative towards her son is unacceptable. Unacceptable. That's it from me. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. I truly appreciate you guys. One last favor before I go. There's a fellow YouTube creator by the name of Amanda. She goes by Amanda Pants. She was truly affected and triggered what KJ had done in her live on Sunday. I humbly ask you to please go and visit her channel and show her some love, because it just broke my heart what she had to go through, what she felt. And it just makes me so mad that KJ can have an effect on people like this. But you know what? I have all the faith. Manda's going to spring back from this and be the beautiful person that she is, and she's going to blossom and keep moving forward. So you guys, that's it from me. As I said, thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far, please don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, all that good stuff. And also, please be kind to one another. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Please wear your mask when you go out there. Be safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.